has started. For the same glitch that happened last time, we're good.
So welcome everyone to the new round of GP4 racing at Imola today. My name is Drinking Well and I have Eric's member alongside me today. How are you for this race?
I'm excited. Imola's a very tricky track. Be exciting to see what times the drivers can do, and it will be exciting to see the racing that can be put on at this historic track that we are racing at today.
Yes, and are you familiar with GP4?
Other than a few friends in GP4 and the Baku race last week, I wouldn't say I'm that experienced with it.
If we take a look at the championship standings, where Peldigaris in the Alfa Romeo is our championship leader with 75 points. Die 36 is second in the championship with 53 points and Eric Slim is third in the championship with 53 points. And further down we have Shadowlands, NCR and CFC, Meiji, EDJ, Unbeaten Sign, RRL Aiden and Porsche rounding off the top 10. For the constructors we have Williams in the lead with 96 points. Alfa Romeo is second in the constructors even though they have 2 wins and Williams have none. And Aston Martin is third in the constructors, followed by Red Bull, AlphaTauri, McLaren, Ferrari, Mercedes, Alpine and Haas.
And it looks like we are about to get going.
Yeah, finally. Going into the qualifying session now, and let's see what the weather will be for the 80 minutes coming up shortly. It's a dry qualifying at the Imola track.
S10 is beaten down. So it looks like we're going to have some good qualifying times. It's quite a quick track.
Yeah, it's a really quick but also really tricky track to get everything right.
Curbs are quite lethal. The yellow sausage curbs are pretty bad. So it is advised not to go over them. It looks like we have a McLaren and an Aston Martin going out on track now.
Yeah, those are Eric Slim and Unbeaten Sign. Eric Slim is currently out of the mediums, but that's the strategy the Aston Martins are usually do a few runs on the mediums and then switching to the soft to the end, which have paid off for them in the first races. As earlier Glass is joining our qualifying session, so we will have 19 drivers competing today. There is one driver we won't see setting a qualifying lap, which is Die 36, as he caused a collision last week on 2 occasions, and the stewards have awarded him a qualifying ban for this week, so he will start from dead last at Imola, which is I think not a starting position you really want to be.
As Unbeaten Sign starting his qualifying lap, looks like he gets blocked by the Williams.
Yeah, by Shadow Lanza.
Not an ideal start for the Williams outlet there.
Well, the issue with the pit exit here is that you are straight on the racing line, so if you misjudge with the people coming behind, you might face a problem there.
Oh, Shadow Lancer spins, coming back on the track off the grass. He's not out, but he has got some front wing damage, it does seem like. Been a very clean lap from Slim so far. He will be the first to cross the line. And we'll see what time he does. Well, he is able to set on those medium compound tyres. It is a 17.0.
Yes, and let's see who will be the others to set a lap time. Well, the Darius is on the lap, as he's in the second sector. As his teammate, I'm just in timer, has retired. He probably has crashed at a very interesting place. Just coming up the hill and before the tricky chicane. Our championship leader Pel Tigaris sets the third fastest time with a 1:17.48. 8 that's slower than the quickest lap time, but I'll imagine he will improve on the coming runs. Unbeaten Sign goes to the top with a 1:16.1 on the second run on the soft.
been a very impressive lap time from Slim actually. He's beaten both Sonic and Peldy on the medium compound tyres.
Yeah, it's quite a strong lap from him.
He's now going board with iRed. Going through the flat left-hander. Amazing how much downforce these cars have. Going through the tricky chicane. That is very easy to invalidate. Especially in quali when you're pushing the limits. But it looks like he nails it as Pod goes fastest.
He might get a little bit of a tow from MCFC here. And goes to the top, 115.5. Paul goes to second place with a 115.6, just ahead of his teammate with a 116.0. As this is technically a home race for the Ferrari team, as the track, well, they all speak Italy at Monza, even though the country has been called San Marino.
Shadow Lance is retired. He must have crashed on track.
Yeah, the exit of turn 6 it seems like. He dropped it coming out of the corner. Beaten Sign does his fourth flying lap and goes further with 115.6. He's probably practicing to get all the corners right.
The only person I see on the lap is Energy Dan. Coming up to the chicane. Seems to nail it pretty nicely, keeps it in within the track. Trying to minimise the run down to the final two corners. And make sure that he gets a cleanest run up to the line. A little bit twitchy on the exit there, but it should be fine. As I said, it's 17.2.
Currently good enough for 12th place. Medic G is now the only one I think on the lap.
Peldy's on one as well.
Goes quite cautious through the chicane, which is fair play to him, to not invalidate of course. Coming up to the line, he is currently 7th place and really improve. He will by half a second and goes one place up with a 16.3, just slightly quicker than Tommy. He still has to find a few tenths to move the row up. Beldigaris to the line goes to 4th, just really close behind Paul and beaten Sign. There's 9 thousandths between second and fourth. Sonnenkau goes to P7 with a 116.2.
So now we see Podge in the Ferrari outlet. Look at, oh, he's on the gravel. Not what you want.
That cost him a little bit of time in the first sector. Hopefully he can find back the time he lost there.
Oh, Hunt is out.
Yeah, probably touched the sausage curb. Oh, his car is upside down on the barrier.
Now we see Matt G also retiring from the session.
Yeah, he probably can't find any more time, so he called it a day.
Podge may have invalidated that lap, but we will have to see. He does not. He goes 5th.
Another 15.6.
Quite close between the top 5. Only about a tenth and 3 hundredths.
His teammate Paul goes to the top with a 115.2. As we now have both Alpha Tauris on the improving lap time, with first MCFC, he goes to the top with a 115.7, and his teammate is now right up at the chicane, but he has invalidated his lap time.
The track seems to be evolving, getting quicker as more rubber is put down on the track. Will we see a 114 in this session, or will the pole time just be over that one in the 115s?
I hope we will see a 114, but I think it will stay to 115. This might be the pole time, I think, but we'll see. As earlier class is now going for his first run, and he outbrakes himself in turn 1, so that doesn't help him at all. Energy then is improving 2/10 in the first sector, which is quite a lot of time. Let's see how his second sector will be. Is almost half a second up at the second sector, but he has to find more time to get himself into the top 10 positions. Here he goes. P12, 116.6, as his teammate is close to improving. And has invalidated his lap time. So he will dive into the pits.
Looks like Orglos is on another lap after his failed run earlier on. And he's at purple first sector.
Yeah, we'll see how important that will be. Currently, this lap time will bring him around the middle of the pack. Feels like a good combination of the last two corners. It's gonna be a 116.5, currently P12, and he has to do a very fast in-lap to get another run.
As it looks like Slim is one of the only person to be on a lap right now. Seems like he's got a little bit of traffic in front of him. He will be looking to improve to probably a top 4.
He's 3 tenths up, so he could be really close to the second or third row.
The shortest run up to the line, what will Slim get? He gets P5. Now will he go for another lap or will he go again?
He's backing off. Quite impressive for Slim to qualify in P5, just between Be the Sign and Peldigari's lap times in. As we could take a look at SFR Paul, who's 2 tenths up on his time, but invalidates coming up the hill, so
he's going to want to recuperate for his next run that he will be able to do, save as much battery, really go for it this next lap to try and beat MCFC's stonking lap time. Audi is on a lap right now, right behind Paul. Seems like he stays P6. He's only 3 thousandths off of Slim as well.
Well, interestingly, Dai is going for a run, but he has a qualifying ban, so I hope he knows it, because MCFC has spun on the track, so he won't improve his lap time.
I'm beating the sign now. Hopping over the curbs, taking the shortest run up to the line. Will he be able to improve? He goes P3, just in front of Iridge.
Touch to third.
Oh, good lap time for it's a Ferrari 2-3.
Gunslinger goes in his only run to P8 with 115.7. Dai doesn't set a lap time, but his time would be somewhere in the 115, so his quality pace was there. And now the only driver we have left for a run is Energy Dan. Will he improve his time? Yes, he will, up to 13th place, just behind Matty G. So that's it for qualifying then. No change at the top for the last run, so we'll have NCR MCFC 2020 on pole position for the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix. Both Ferraris are in second and third, so we have actually a Italian team's top 3. In 4th we have the McLaren of Unbeaten Sign, EDJ's in 5th. Eric Slim, who did 3 runs on the zoals he qualified on, was 3000 faster than Peldigaris. Gunslinger is 8th, Hunter who crashed out in qualifying finished 9th and solid car rounds of the top 10. Further down we have Tommy in 11th, Maddie G 12th, Energy Dan 13th, Uriel Glass 14th, Ryan Van Doom 15th, Shadowlancer with no time, same as Diabia has qualifying ban. I'm just in time, also crashed, and Gox last, but he never has qualifying lap time, so that's why he starts last today.
Now the question is, what conditions will we see in the race? Will it be wet or will it be dry?
I hope it will be a dry race, as in the wet it's quite difficult to overtake here.
Why is it
And it's raining.
wet? You jinxed it.
Yeah. That award goes to me. But it looks into wet, it's not really heavily. The formation lap has started. Everyone will be on the intermediate tires, of course. And it will be interesting to see if it's gonna dry up for this race. I personally haven't got any weather report. Don't know about you.
Nope, neither. It will be interesting to see the strategy if it does dry out. It'll make things very interesting. But the wet weather almost certainly guarantees a safety car at some point.
Yes, and the first sector will probably be carnage, especially when you're in the middle of the pack. Just before we started our streams at this Imola track, I got the news that the contract for this track has been extended to 2025. So another 3 years, I think, we'll see this track on the calendar.
Going to be exciting to see what the track can bring in the future. It's definitely not the best for overtaking, but with the history that it's got, I definitely enjoy it. Especially with the wet weather, it brings something exciting as we saw last year.
Yes, and what I like about the track, it's a old classic track without any runoffs. And with some weather racing we have now at the moment, it will be really fun. Watch the first lap.
MCFC is going to have to be careful of the start because Imola, when you're on pole, you do actually have to start while steering, and in the wet, he's going to lose some grip.
The lights are coming on now for the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix, and they are off, and who will get the best start?
Lots of wheel spin from MCFC. Paulie jumped him at the start. Good start from the Ferrari driver, but they are side by side. MCFC goes. He's going over the curbs. He's been a spinner. It looks like Slim. He's unbeaten signs making it. He's been pushed off. It's something for the stewards to look at later on.
Patches off. He loses 3 positions of that little mistake.
A chaotic first lap, as we see. Third in the championship, fall down to last. I don't think he's got any damage though, so he should be fine.
He doesn't have damage, so what we see. Looks like Daya has got damage as he is going quite slow through the corners.
Yeah, he's missing an end plate, so Slim will be looking to get past Daya very quickly.
That's the moment. So, Daya has been relegated to the last place with a pit stop to make, so he will hope for a safety car in some way into this race.
Gogs has made up a very nice start, up to 12th from last. And he's hounding Tommy Gunner right in front of him as well.
Yes, indeed, he moved up 7 positions, and Ryan Verdum also had a good getaway. He moved up 6 positions. With Eric Slim the biggest loser of the start.
As Pod runs over the yellow curbs on the exit of the quick right-hander up to the chicane. Lost quite a bit of time there. He's over 1 second behind Peldy. And now Gunslinger is right behind him.
Beaten Sainz has a faster lap, and he is getting closer to the rear of SFR Paul. And the overtaking will be difficult, but Energy then shows it's possible because he goes to P9. As Tommy and Gox are also quite close to each other. Tommy runs wide at turn 3, and that gives Gox probably the invite to make a move, but not at the moment as Ryan Verdum also takes the gravel. Tommy's looking at the gap, but it won't be here at 9. Ryan Verdum goes wide again.
Whoa, they touch!
Yeah, they touch, and this is gonna be very close into the chicane.
It looks like Gogs has made the move. His great start has carried on here. As we see, MCFC has actually pulled out a 1 second gap to Paul and unbeaten side.
Yeah, but it just seems like that Paul is using all his ERS to get close to him on the straight. And if there was DRS, he would have probably been helped out, but that isn't the case. With the top 3 have a 2.5 second gap as unbeaten sign takes the gravel, and we have yellow. That's for
Looks like
Die.
He's spun at the chicane, but no damage to his car, it seems. Not a great start.
He probably had contact with earlier class, but we have a fight for P12. With I'm Just in Time, Sonical and Tommy. Tommy's losing quite a few positions, so he might have made a mistake. Ooh, Gunslinger is off. He lost it on the traction going out of turn 11. Sports has taken the first 3-second time penalty, which is quite early to do, with still 20 laps left in the race.
He is quite close behind Peldy though, but I doubt he's going to be able to make the move. I'm Just in Time. He's quite close behind Shadowlancer, trying to make amends for that crash in quali.
That they both crashed out, I think. So they want to make their way up to the front. As these two drivers have shown earlier this season that they are capable of top 5 finishes. That was in the driver that as at landed quite a moment. As Gunslinger and Hunter is off. He probably had contact because it's a weird place to span at.
Yeah, but it doesn't look like he's got any damage to that front wing though. So he should be fine to. It seems like he can be able to get going. It's just a knock to his confidence.
So the Aston Martins have at the moment a race to forget. As SFR Paul has set the fastest lap time and is getting closer to the rear of NCR and CFC.
Looks like these top 3 are pulling away from the P4 of iReg. This is a good situation for the top 4 if there is not a safety car.
Oh! Gunslinger is off! I don't know how he's still in the race, but he has lost his whole front wing and we have a further safety car.
Not ideal. Here he's going to have to go around the whole lap, hampered by that no front wing. Definitely going to have to get that changed. And it's also too early to go on slicks as well, so he's just going to have to come in and get some new inters, which is not ideal.
Yeah, he probably would have hoped it will be a full safety car, but unfortunately for him it isn't.
As he gets a 3-second penalty as well.
And we are back to green, where I'm Just in Time and Sonical are battling with each other.
Looks like Unbeaten Sign didn't get the best of restarts, as he's over a second behind Paul now. Oh, MCFC's off!
Oh, MCFC made a mistake somewhere.
Yeah, it was turn 2, I believe. Looks like he got on the power a little too eager. And just had a slide into the grass. Dirty tyres, but looks like he's fine. but he has just given Paul the lead on the silver platter.
It's a wake-up call for him, so... But I think he has the pace to keep up with them as he tracks his tent a little bit on turn 11. But he only lost 2 seconds probably on Paul, so it could be worse.
As we now look at the battle for P9, all of them quite close to each other, line of stern.
Ryan Verdum had a big moment coming out of the chicane. As MCFC is really close to the rear of Unbeaten Sign, and will he make the move at turn 1? He is taking a look. He doesn't really stick his nose in, but pushes Unbeaten Sign into a mistake and gets to the 2nd position and can now focus himself to get back to SFR pole.
It has given Paul a chance to run away though, so that is ideal for the Ferrari driver. He's looked quite quick in his first 8 laps, to be fair. Do we have a yellow in sector 3? It looks like maybe it's Sonic or...
Let's die again. It's maybe Jesus the fast lap. As the Red Bull of Sonigo was just slamming it into the inside of Slim, but that wasn't the best idea from Sonigo. As he's a few seconds back, but doesn't lose too much positions. MCFC has already closed half a second to Paul, so it seems like he has got the quickest pace, as I'm just in time gets a 3-second time penalty. It's going to be not positive for him as he is in a group of quite a few people.
Shadow Lancer is very close to Ryan, as Ryan gets a penalty as well.
Probably pushed him into a mistake.
I'm just in time is catching quite quickly.
Oh, Potch is off! What has he done?
He's crashed. Is he beached? Or is he neutral? He's just stuck at the inside of the track.
Yeah, quite interesting. I didn't catch what happened to him, but he started third, but
and he spun again. Those tyres are going to be very hot from all the wheel spin. No damage to that front wing though. As the battle for P8 is still raging on.
Yes, as the pace at front is going to kind of next gear with...
Oh! Ryan's off!
Wait.
I'm just in time, he's right behind Shadow Lancer now.
Oh, contact, I think. Will this end well?
Trying to look around the outside. This is a brave move. Shadow Lancer just very nicely defensively just blocks him coming into the corner. But this is now giving Slim a sniff of hope. Down the inside. It's a very difficult corner to overtake there because there's no real braking point into the actual first part of the chicane.
And I think Paul made a mistake because MCFC is really close onto him as Unbeaten Sign is the first out of the top 3 to get a penalty.
Now we will probably see him move this straight.
It might be too far away for this lap.
I think Paul's using a lower downforce than MCFC, which makes it even more difficult for the AlphaTauri driver. As Paul gets a 3-second penalty.
And I also have noticed that he is under fueling at the moment, so he has a slightly lighter car than MCFC, which is always a thing you can benefit from. As the beaten sign can't follow the pace from the top two, as he is settling himself at the moment for third.
Drifting time is following Shadow Lancer very closely, as this train is now extended itself all the way down to Hunter.
Yeah, quite a big train of cars.
As Irish is out.
AJ's crashed out. What happened to him? Oh, he has gone straight into the wall. It's quite interesting. Will this bring out a safety car?
It's quite far into the barrier, so I don't think it will be a safety car.
We'll be curious to know what happened to him.
As now we look back, I'm Drifting Time has made a big mistake. He's released Slim, and now Sonic is right behind him, looking down the inside. Would he make the move? No, he backs out of it. Ryan Van Doom, down the inside, backs out of it. Good decision.
Shadow gets a penalty.
Oh, MCFC's made a move. They're side by side. And Paul going for the switchback.
Oh, the switchback, yes. And he gets him on the traction.
Nice move from Paul. They are very close to each other. Ooh. Could very well see a crash here if they keep on battling like this. And it's just allowed Unbeaten Shine to just catch up. As Slim, it looks like he's making the move on Shadow Lancer down into the next to corner. Oh, he backs out of the move.
Oh, Paul is off. Paul has crashed.
And he's lost in front wing as well.
Yes. So that has given the lead to MCFC.
Unbeaten Shine is right behind MCFC as well.
Yes, indeed. MCFC might have used his brake to not crash with Paul, but let's see if he can run away from Unbeaten Sign.
As Paul is just falling down the order because of that front wing damage. Gogs and Energy Dan, what a recovery from them.
Yeah, they're teaming up to do the 5.
Gogs making up 4 positions, Energy Dan making up 9.
Yes,
Hunter's spun! Hunter has spun!
Oi!
And Pod is out.
Is now also off,
and Tommy Gunner.
at the same corner. Safety car! Safety car is out. So,
Now, this is
it's
going to
quite
be interesting to see what tyres people are going to go on. It is still raining, but it could dry up during the safety car period.
well, it's not raining very hard, so I think it will be drier at the end of the race, at least. But the good news for Glass and Dye is they can now be back in the race. And for Paul, he doesn't lose too much time, but he only loses positions. And now imagine we'll see the first amount of pit stops as we are at the halfway point of the race. And Beaton Sainz stays out, so he will be the leader.
The intermediates don't actually wear out that quickly. They're quite durable tyres. So it's interesting. He might try and stay out until the rain stops. Because it is raining quite lightly now.
Yeah, not very heavily indeed. As he seems to be the only one to dive in the pits. No, his teammate goes also into the pits. And CFC just can't get ahead of Shadowlands.
This is not ideal for MCFC. He's right. Oh, it's very close to Shadowlancer actually. But his rival in this race was unbeaten sign after Paul did unfortunately have that incident. But now we see unbeaten sign Pete inherit that lead off of a strategy score. We're not going to see the safety car in this lap. Probably not in next lap either.
No, it will be a long way until the teammate of Unbeaten Sign will join the pack.
Oh, Ryan Van Doom has disconnected, it seems like, as well.
Looking at the YouTube comments, there's a comment saying that it will be wet for all the race. So then it could be a good call what MCC did.
It could also mean that these drivers are going to try to make it to maybe even the end of the race on these intermediate tyres. It will be very difficult, but it might be able to happen.
Well, if you try them to the end, they might change all the slicks from those hinders, I think.
Yeah.
Ryan Van Doom has returned to the session, so thank God for him. He doesn't lose anything.
But MCFC will have to get past all of these runners on the 15 lap old mediums, intermediates, which aren't going to have that much of a pace difference.
No.
Actually, the intermediates don't actually wear out that quickly.
I think the safety car will be in next lap as area class is halfway at the circuit. As the last sector is, apart from the two corners, pretty much straight.
Guys in the pits now.
Yes, he goes for another set of intermediates. So he's doing the same strategy as the AlphaTauris do. He will stay just in front of Glass, I think, yes. So catch up guys and we can go back racing again.
I think we'll have one more lap of safety car. Unbeaten sign is going to want to have that. Safety car is in this lap, so it is not allowed Dye and Argolas to actually catch up.
Well, that will be just in time.
Yeah. Unbeaten sign will probably go after the final corner, but it is a very long straight, so he's going to probably be on that overtake button. Trying to make sure he does stay ahead. Oh, he's spun!
He's spun! He's out!
He's out!
Oh my god!
What a disaster! Oh! And Maggi seems to
go through him indeed. Oh, Shadow was really close. But MCC has, I think, overtaken him. But there's actually two positions in one.
Slim is now right on the back of Shadow.
Shadow didn't got a good restart as Hunter and Paul switched positions.
And Pody has taken advantage of that unbeaten sign spin and has gapped energy down.
Yeah, from probably dead last to P2, that's quite impressive.
And Gogs as well.
Yeah, he if there's going to be any incident in front of him, he could try last to first.
And Pody gets a 3 second.
That's his first 3 seconds, so if he finishes like this, Cox will win. But we're still 40 laps away from the checkered flag.
So now we see Slim trying to set up Shadow Launcher for the overtake. Not as we see, I think it's Dye
again.
He's lost in front wing as well. He's going to be in the pits again.
Oh, Energy Dan also gets a penalty.
Gogs is very close to Energy Dan.
Oh, yes. So, Energy Dan made a mistake on the first corner.
But all of this battling is just holding MCFC and allowing Peldy to just run away.
Yes, indeed, and MCFC wants to pass those guys in front of him very quickly so he can catch up to Peldy Garis. Who has a penalty, of course, but you don't know what MCFC has played with the track limits.
And of course, Imola is a very difficult track to overtake. So MCFC will be really annoyed if they can't.
Right from doing the Sonic, we're going side by side from the chicane.
Sonic Hawk and Hunter side by side. Hunter is now released with those 3 lap old intermediates.
Oh, Energy Dance in the gravel! And MCFC goes up to second!
DRS is enabled!
DRS! It's still raining though.
It is still raining, but the track doesn't look...
Oh, Energy Dance comes! Energy Dance comes to the outside!
And he's made a move! Goals as well! Oh, he's made a crash! And he's out! Oh, he must have got hit by Anderson time!
Why is he retiring?
MCFC just hit Energy down!
What is going on in this race? Oh, MCFC!
So it's a Shadow Lancer. Whoa! Oh!
What is happening, man?
Shadow Lancer's out! Safety car! Oh my lord! What is going on?
Things are kicking off in GP4 tonight. Shadowlands was pretty much taken out, from my point of view.
Now this is going to give Peldy, Energy Dan and Slim a fresh set of intermediates.
Yeah, if they decide to pit, of course.
Hunter is front wing damage as well.
What front wing damage?
Hunter.
Well, the guy stays out, so he won't pit. Let's see if the drivers behind him will do.
Slim is into the pits.
Same with Ryan Van Dulles.
There is a lot of laps left, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens.
Yes. So Peldigas and Energy there will be the oldest. Oh, Slim goes to the soft, but it's still raining. Do they know something that we don't know?
Maybe Jeff is advised for soft. Everyone's going on slicks.
Then it might dry up, but it's still raining on my screen at least.
It's still raining in mine. It doesn't look like it's that dry, but Jeff might have said dry weather is imminent.
Maybe they gambling that the race.
Maybe the DRS has influenced their decision.
Yeah, it really could be. It's almost the instinct when you see the DRS being enabled again, then you go to the slicks. Let's see how it plays out, shall we? But those on the inters have still a have to think about it.
It could very well dry out when under safety car. We don't know.
We'll take a look at those in front, what they are gonna do.
So, what will Peldy do? Peldy's into the pits. So is Energy Dan. Paul stays out. And so does Sonic. And Gunslinger. And so does Tommy.
And somehow Paul is back in front again.
Everyone has gone on the slicks. So Jeff must have advised to go onto the slicks. I don't see any other way. It's still raining. We don't have any dry line. The track is very well still damp, so these slick runners are going to be hoping for the dry weather.
I am wondering why Ryan Van Dulles and Mary G are going for the mediums, as you would say the sauce is the best choice to do, as sauce can easily go 10 laps to the end.
Sandicourt is going to be very slow compared to Paul, Gunslinger and Tommy when he's on those 21 lap old intermediates. They have been bolted onto that car since the start of the race.
Well, at the moment I don't think those on the slicks have made the right choice. I still think the engines are favored.
It must have been the DRS influencing their decision. The rain is still coming down, but it is very light. But nevertheless, it is still raining. As Maggi gets a 5 seconds penalty.
Well, let's see what he's gonna do. He's close to the soft.
Let's have a look at the penalties. Paul with 8 seconds. I doubt he will win this race with those amount of penalties, but anything could happen. Gunslinger with 3. Slim with 3. Ryan Van Doom on 9. Anderson Time with 3. Peldy with 3. Energy Time with 3. And Maggi with that 5 second penalty that we just saw.
Yeah, and Paul also got a 5 second time penalty on this safety car. So, if he can say to the stewards he can remove it. Maybe.
He's going to be in this lap, and it is still raining. It is definitely still damp conditions. I don't think these slick runners have got the right decision.
I still think the Inters are in good shape to continue. What do you think?
I think they're fine. I think the intermediates are the right choice here. That safety car is in this lap. I think it's going to be very difficult for these soft and medium runners to keep up with the Inters in intermediate conditions.
Let's see who's got it right, the Inters or the slicks.
Now we'll see when Paul goes. Will it be unfortunate like unbeaten inside? He's spun on the restart. And he still hasn't gone. He's gone now. As Maggi gets another 3 second penalty. And they're all quite close to each other. Sonic is in the lead.
Oh
my god, that's a big crash!
Oh, that wasn't going to end well.
As Slim is now...
I'm going to take us off.
Oh, the intermediate runners, what's happened to them?
They all see a victory in front of them and they just go all in and... Yeah.
So we go on board with Slim. Slim's taking it very cautiously. Maybe it is actually still intermediate conditions, but the intermediates are... they are still working.
And they are relatively new, so... MCMC and I'm just timer switching at quite an interesting place. I'm just in time touch MCMC! And we'll get the penalty from it, he could nothing do about it. Oh, Peldy Garage is really close to the rear of Hunter. Backs out of it.
Slim is only 4 tenths off the back of Tommy. Going to be deploying all of that ERS. Obviously, DRS is not enabled as of yet, just after the safety car, as MCFC is allowed to go past by his teammate. As Slim makes the move down the inside, great move from the Aston Martin driver on those slicks, and it still has not stopped raining. So maybe the intermediate runners are just struggling.
Oh, Peldy Garage is off! Oh, he's throwing away good amount of points.
Slim will be the big gain here in the championship if it stays like this.
Yeah,
he's got really good pace.
Oh! Tommy gets pushed into a mistake by MCFC. That's a good job from the AlphaTauri driver. And it just seems like the subs have made a good choice, as they're now catching those who are on the wet weather tires.
As now we look at the battle for first. Paul, on the intermediate tyres, has been caught up rapidly by Slim. And the MCFC is right on the back of them now. Slim using that ERS. Going down the inside for this next corner. Has he made the move? He has. Good move from the Finnish driver.
Holy. Didn't say the F word.
MCFC is right behind in Paul though, and he's going to have to sit behind for the whole of the middle sector.
Dive off.
But he makes MCFC's past Paul. Those intermediate tyres are really struggling.
Yes, they really are. OMG! Matty G is off. He crashed off the curb and he's on the middle of the track, so
And it's a safety car.
Oh. Paul obviously pit, I think.
Yeah, Paul has to pit. This is interesting now. This is going to be a sprint to the line after the safety car. As we look back at the penalties, Hunter could actually win the race with the amount of penalties that are dished out at this moment in time. If he's able to stay 3 seconds off the leader.
I would say third is more realistic, but Paul will now get rid of the 5-second default. He will be, so that is also pitting, but he has front wing damage, so that's fair enough.
And Peldy's in the pits as well.
Yeah, he also crashed.
It's interesting that Ryan Van Doom didn't take off those mediums. He's going for the track position.
Yeah, don't ask me how he is in the top 3, but...
As the big gain is out of the people still in the race, we have I'm Just in Time making up 14 positions. Then we have Ryan Van Doom making up 12. And next we have N2E Arglus, who has made up 8. It is actually still raining.
Yeah, but it's dry enough for slicks. That's really weird. So
seems like the rain is just that light. That slicks are necessary. As we will see safety car in next lap.
Yes. So we'll have a 4-lap sprint.
One lap of DRS as well.
If we get it, of course. But it will be crazy enough, I think, in the next 90 seconds when we'll get to the restart.
Yep. Everyone is going to be fighting for those positions. Hunter will be trying to jump as many people as possible to try and win. He still has a chance if he stays 3 seconds at least behind Slim, MCFC, Ryan Van Doom, and I'm Just in Time. It could be anyone of this race could probably win with the amount of carnage we have seen.
And also don't count out Glass, who also hasn't got a penalty. And was pretty much at the back for the whole race, so it will be a surprise finish for him. But we all gonna know this in about 5 minutes who's going to be our winner. The asphalt looks quite dry if I take a onboard from it.
Yep, safety car is in this lap. Slim is going to want to get the best restart possible and burn all of that overtake that he has to try and make sure NCSC is not able to overtake him.
Don't do a unbeaten sign restart, Slim.
And he's gone.
It's a good restart. He doesn't give
It's a
MCC
very good restart.
Oh, look out for battle for P4.
Yeah, Hunter. Very close to I'm just in time. Will he try and make the move? He decides to stay behind. Let's look back. NCFC has dropped a little bit behind Slim. And Ryan Van Doom is struggling on those medium compound tires. Maybe he's trying to help out his teammate by not relieving him of any pressure from behind.
Yeah, it really could be. Because Ryan Van Doom will obviously lose his podium because he has 9 seconds. Oh,
Just in time, Dan. Whoa, that's not really an overtaking place, but it would have been amazing if we saw an overtake there.
It's too close, this group, man.
As now we see MCFC still behind Slim, half a second. No DRS, obviously. But the finish
I
line...
made a mistake! Oh, touch! There keeps Hunter now a run on I'm just in time. But I'm just in time will have a run on Ryan Van Doom.
Will he be able to make the move? He seems a little too far back to actually make the move. Yeah, and Ryan, he's all over the curbs. Now he's defending. Oh, they're too wide into this next corner. Hunter's trying to make the move. He's made the move. What a move down into that corner.
Oh, Aerial Glass goes to 5th. And now also Energy down.
Carnage is happening. Now Hunter is going to try and get past Ryan Van Doom. He's not going to be able to get first or second, I don't think, because of the 4-second gap. But he's going to try and want to get that third at least. Very good points. As we now see Slim, he's pulled away from MCFC. Good pace from the Finnish driver. Now we see this train. What's going to happen? Ryan Van Doom is going to be using all of that available ERS, and he's not going to get overtaken this straight.
If he doesn't make a mistake here at turn 1. No, he doesn't.
Oh, he's quite slidey on that exit.
Who Hunter?
Hunter's very close. Maybe you move into the hairpin if he gets the right run out of here. He has.
Well, he could be.
Round the outside. Oh, he's going to go for the switchback. Oh, this Paul gets a 3-second penalty. He backs out of it. Maybe he didn't have to. But good courtesy from X-Die. He's very close behind I'm just in time. This pack is now being held up.
I can't wait for the DRS of the upcoming straight for the battle for third. Now Slim was cleared MCFC.
Oh, Tommy Gunner seems to have spun.
Tommy lost the point.
And now we see MCFC has actually been dropped by Slim, over a second behind. So now we go back. Oh, dive round! Did he get tagged from behind?
Yes. No, he clipped one of the Alfa Romeos.
Hunter's now got DRS. He's
Like
clearly past Ryan. And so does Argolas makes the move as well. They're side by side.
Who knows?
Oh, Argolas has got no helmet for me. As we keep on going. Will Ryan Van Doom be able to hold as many cars behind him and maximise the amount of points he is able to get? I'm just in time. He's right behind the McLaren driver here.
Will Van Doom make a move somewhere?
As now we go back to Slim. MCFC has pushed really hard on this last lap. I'm just in time gets a penalty as well. Not a great finish to the race. As now we see Slim going round the next few corners. I see a yellow flag. But Slim is coming home to take the victory in the Imola Grand Prix.
Van Doom will finish third in front of Ryan Van Doom.
But obviously penalties will affect the end result.
Well, the guy is up to fifth. That's a good damage limitation. Now Dai gets an extra point for the fastest lap. And we'll wait for Tommy, who loses out.
And now we have a decision to make on the drive of the day. Who is your decision?
Yeah, it could really be everyone, you know. They say die because they started from the back, but Slim did also a phenomenal job to
come back after that spin on the first lap of the race.
Yes, and after 5 laps, the Aston Martins were on the back, you know.
So this is the finishing top 10 of the race. Before penalties, if they do get dished out by the stewards, we finish with Arit Slim, MCFC, Hunter, Argolas, Peldy, Dai, I'm Just in Time, Energy Dan, Ryan Van Doom, SFR Paul, and Tommy Gunner.
I will invite the top 3. I've invited our podium finishers. Are you going to do the interviews, or
we can both ask you questions.
Yeah, it will be
as we are joined by both Aston Martins. So how do we kick it off with Slim?
Hello.
Hello. Slim, congratulations, first of all. You had a spin first lap, so what was your mindset from recovering from that spin?
From that spin, yeah. Well, it's Imola and it's in the rain, so anything could happen, I guess.
What we saw you going on to the softs when it was still raining. What prompted you to make that choice? As it was a very good choice in the end.
Well, we're spamming Jeff with updates, and yeah, it was looking like the soft tire were gonna be the fastest tire, at least towards the end. I wasn't sure if it was the fastest. As I went on them, but still.
Train game, do you have anything to ask?
Yeah, what were you thinking after 5 laps when you were outside the top 10?
Well, I thought I was quicker than most of the people around me, so I just thought I would take or overtake one at a time and see where I could end up.
That's where my questions.
Congratulations to Slim.
Thanks.
Good race in that wet weather. And now we move on to MCFC.
GG's to Carlo, if I may, still.
Oh.
Fucking finally got that podium. Congrats, mate.
So, MCFC. Talk us through that race.
I don't actually finish P2 because I had a penalty that from last week. Aston Martin behind me finished in P2.
W.
No. Okay, so we'll move on to Hunter. P2. Talk us through the race after that. Talk us through the race.
Yeah, it was a good start for me at the beginning. Throughout the wet, I immediately created the gap between like P8 to P9, 2.5 seconds, I think. And as it was slightly drying up, I saw a bit of sun and a bit of like less puddles and less rain. So me and Slim decided to go in. I had a few incidents. I had a missed braking point, very questionable weave by this one guy. I don't know, I forgot his name. But yeah, I'm surprised that I actually got P2. Even better for me, even happier. And congrats to my teammate Slim for this amazing 1-2. Hopefully more to come.
What were you thinking the last 5 laps? And obviously the safety car, the AlphaTauri in front of you. What were your mindset going into it?
For like the last 5 laps, I think, yeah. The AlphaTauri was on the medium, so it was a lot slower, and it was slowing like me and just in time. It was slowing us down a lot. So already I gave up on P2, but at least I could go for P3 and don't get any penalties, and that's what I managed to do. Very fortunate to have this race end like this.
Again, congratulations to you, Hunter. And now we move on to MCFC. What was your opinion on the race? Obviously, starting from pole, you seem to have a good start. Talk us through it.
Paul made a mistake, so he left the door open, so I went for it, and then I was leading for like 8 laps, and then I spun on the curb, and then I just got my speed back and all that, and Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. How was the battle between the top three? We saw you, Paul, and Unbeaten Shine all battling at one point in the race. It looked quite even between
That
you
was
three.
really intense. That was really intense. GG to them too.
Train Game, have you got any questions to ask our top three podium
No.
sitters here today? So from that, we will end the stream. Thank you all for watching, and tune in next week for GP4 at Spain next week.